Well, hello and welcome to another Saturday vlog thingy. And I usually feel pretty tall, but right about now, I'm standing on a chair. Why? Well, this is the thing. For school, I'm writing a project about the new Hollywood American movement that started in '67, '68, somewhere. And I'm writing about 4 different movies. Among other things, I'm writing about 4 movies. I'm trying to compare them. Although they're gonna be different genres, I'm gonna do my best to compare them. And the movies are, you can see down here, I have 2 of them. The Graduate and that's The Exorcist. Can you see? Yeah, I think if you're a big fan, you can recognize this, I think. Well, anyway, one is Bonnie and Clyde, which I do not have on DVD or Blu-ray, so I'm downloading it right now. And the 4th one is Blazing Saddles. And I've looked through my DVDs here, these piles, and these right here goes down there. I can't find it there. It's not here either, and it's not there. So what's left is basically these rows of movies, and they go in fairly deep. And I've had to remove a few piles so far, but it looks like it's fairly deep inside here. So yeah, this is kind of frustrating. I'm gonna have to keep looking. I hope it's in there. If it's not, then I have missed it somewhere here, but I don't think so. It has to be here somewhere. So I'll just keep looking, basically. If you wonder what that was on the computer before, I thought that I'm looking through some of my old files. I have had several intentions to make videos, vlog things like a Christmas video, a summer video, whatever, several times. But most of those times, the video has ended up not working because of editing software issues. I have not been able to edit the files, so I've just been looking through some of those to see if I can find something fun to upload. I don't know if I will, because some of the files still don't work, but I don't know. But so that's what I was watching, just for fun. Yeah, I've got hours upon hours upon hours upon fucking hours of footage from stuff that I've never shown. But most of it is not that interesting, so you're better off without it, I think. Anyway, that's pathetic. Let's back to get work. Let's get back to work. I can't find it. I don't know where I haven't looked. Fuck. Yeah, I've looked everywhere. I must have missed it somewhere. It's not here either. So I guess this was all for nothing. It was right there. The reason I missed it is because the spine has the Swedish title on it, and I was looking for Blazing Saddles. Well, I'm glad that I found it, but Fucking hell, I wouldn't have had to. This is a very sweary vlog. That definitely gave me a workout. Well, a little bit. So, you know, whatever. No big deal. That was for nothing, but the sad part is that I'm pretty sure that I scratched some of my DVDs, the ones that were in the bottom. The surface of the wardrobe is not too smooth, so I'm sure some DVDs were scratched in this process because I manhandled them. But many of them will end up being replaced anyway, you know, in favor of Blu-ray eventually. And most of them aren't really worth much because they're DVDs, so let's face it, unless they're out of print or very nice editions, they are worth very little. So, like I was saying, Blazing Saddles, The Graduate, The Exorcist, and Bonnie and Clyde. I'm gonna try to... Well, it's Saturday today and I'm gonna have to write about them on Tuesday. So, well, I'm gonna watch The Exorcist today, because I actually just read the book for school as well. So, it's kinda appropriate actually that I, both for English class, so it's appropriate that I use school time to sort of follow up that in a way, to write about the movie after I've read and reviewed the book. So, and Blazing Saddles, I've been wanting to watch that again, and The Graduate too, because when I watched both of them last time, they're very different movies. Again, I'm gonna try to compare them in my essay, but both of them anyway I liked, but I think there's more for me to get from them, if you know what I mean. I think there's more there than I got last time. It's been maybe 4 or 5 years since I saw them, I'm pretty sure, so... Oh, and I got a nosebleed before, by the way. Well, anyway. That's the incredibly creative creation that I created. That's the incredibly creative creation that I created just now to put my camera on. You know, it's like... right here. And this is what you saw. Incredible. Alright, it's 2 PM, a couple hours has passed by, and I'm looking at 2 of these Second Sight Blu-ray releases, upcoming releases that I really want. This one, Steelbook of Reanimator. I really want that one, as well as this Blu-ray release of Society. This is not a Steelbook. It's pretty pricey, so but the thing is, it's hard to know if you're gonna buy it now, because otherwise there's a risk that it you know, gets out of print, or if you're gonna wait and the price drops. I don't know. It's just I've done that several times, bought stuff, and then it turns out that they're not really getting out of print, and the price has dropped after that. So, but these 2 releases, it seems like they'll go out of print eventually. They are limited releases, so but I don't know if it's worth it. But I think I might have to get these 2 actually. We'll see. However, this one was supposed to be released on April 3rd or something like that. They announced it on their Facebook page, but it's now April 26th, and they haven't released it yet. And I don't know if they've said what's going on with the release. So hopefully it's coming soon. I don't know when, but I mean, I already have a tartan release of Society, and I have a pretty nice edition of Reanimator, but they're on DVD, and I want them on Blu-ray, and these are such nice releases too. So it's, you know, just purely as, you know, aesthetically is part of the reason why I want to get them, to be honest. You know, the DVD, and I mean Blu-ray design. Well, I finished watching the movie, and I'm watching some of these special features too. Yeah, I think it's a really funny movie. some parts drag on a little bit, but you know, no profound thoughts here being given. But I definitely enjoyed watching this movie again, and I think some of the humor I got this time, which I didn't the last time around. So yeah, and I put my fan on. I had to do that because it's too warm in here. It's really warm. It's yeah, typical to talk about the weather, but it's, well, I don't know, it says almost 35-40 degrees Celsius on the thermometer, but it's because the sun is, you know, blazing onto there, you know what I mean. But it's still really warm. It's almost summer heat, so not quite, but it's warm. Next, acrobatics. So I'm watching some ER right now, season 2 episode 4, but later tonight I will watch The Exorcist. But I figure that, well, if you look outside right now, whatever, you know what sun looks like, and there's a lot of sun outside, so I'm gonna wait until it's dark and then I'm gonna watch it. I've seen it before a couple times, and it's been a while though, and like I said, after reading the book, it's gonna be fun with a fresh memory of the book to see how they differ and how they are alike and stuff. So I'm gonna do that in a few hours, I guess. Alright, dinner is done with and ER is over, so I'm gonna watch Hangover Part 3 before I pop in The Exorcist. And I doubt that this is gonna be any good, to be honest, but you know, let's just... I wanna see it, so... Oh, come on. That giraffe sequence right in the beginning here. That's gonna piss some people off. Well, gonna, it most likely did, because the movie is already out. So... that guy right there. I honestly can't remember if he was one in the group, one of the gang, you know, in the first and second movies. I mean, I remember Galifianakis, Bradley Cooper, and Ed Helms, but I thought that it was like a threesome. I mean, were there 4 of them? I mean, in that group of friends that the movie was about, movies. I'm gonna have to look that up right now. No, see, 3 buddies wake up from a bachelor party in Las Vegas. Oh, bachelor is missing. Oh, so maybe that's... okay. Maybe that's that guy then, who was getting married. Oh well, I can't remember who he is. Maybe that's because he hasn't achieved the same amount of fame as the other has. Yeah, well... and also I cannot remember what happened in the second one, in the ending, and this seems to follow that movie a little bit, so whatever. Well, alright, I watched The Hangover Part 3, and let me turn off the fan. And I did enjoy it. I mean, out of the 3 comedies that I bought recently, the 3 recent comedies, Kick-Ass 2, We're the Millers, and this one, this is the one that I enjoyed the most. I'd say that they're pretty much on par with each other, but this one I enjoyed watching more than the other 2. It's just a stupid, over-the-top, you know, comedy like the other 2. And it wasn't great, but I enjoyed watching. It was a lot of fun. So I thought that it was going to be worse than it was, because I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. But it was fun. It was just like the other 2, basically. No, but it was fun. Well, it's 11 o'clock, so I think it's time to watch The Exorcist, and hopefully I like it as much as I did before. Yeah, I think I watched it twice, I think, but it's been a few years. since I've seen it. So this is gonna be fun. And play movie. Oh yeah. So when I watched this movie for the third for the third time, I think, you know, I got a lot of thoughts, obviously, as you do when you watch movies, and I'm gonna try to sort of gather them, summarize what I think about the movie, and just share some thoughts with you, basically, because that's what I do on this channel. So one thing I sort of want to get off my mind, off my chest, whatever, wherever, I feel that having read the book and having read the movie, well, first of all, I don't have a lot of experience from reading the book or the novel and then watching the movie based on the book, but I do, of course, have a lot of experience, as most people do, from reading books in general and watching movies in general. So when you read books, you are, of course, able to create your own scenes, and in that way it can work a little better, because in the movies, whether they're based on the book or not, just movies in general, you're not able to do that. They give you the scene, of course, they give you everything, as opposed to in the book, where you can do what you want in your mind. So if the scene is not fulfilling in the movie, it's not gonna work as well. However, if a scene or an image in a movie is really well pulled off, really convincing, then it's gonna be a lot more sort of overwhelming, or I feel, anyway, a lot more, well, in lack of a better word, you just get this feeling, which maybe you can't get from books in the same way. So it's, you know, so certain things are better in books and certain things are better in movies, I don't know. So having said that, certain things worked better in the book, I thought, because they feel more sort of obviously flawed in the movie somehow. Also, it's a little dated, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing with this one, because the look of the movie, it's classic, obviously, and I wouldn't change a thing. But some stuff, I'm a little ambivalent if I actually like them. And throughout the movie, I felt actually that this does not have the same effect on me as it did before. Some stuff are, I don't know. I guess in a way movies reflect where you are, you know, at the moment, intellectually or whatever, or just how you feel, either for the moment or where you are in your life. And I don't know, but of some reason I just felt like that the movie had sort of slipped away from me a little bit. I didn't get that frightening feeling in the same way as I did before. But this is an interesting part. I think towards the ending, when the actual exorcism takes place. Before, I've always thought of that scene as the boring part, and I don't know why, but I think it's because I simply found the transformation or whatever of Regan more interesting than the exorcism. But this time, because like I just went on about, I didn't get that. It wasn't as the movie as a whole wasn't as effective to me until the ending, because then this time I felt that, wow, you know, this movie definitely reaches its peak now in the ending, and I've never felt that way before. So that's interesting. The part that I liked the most before, I like not the least now, but they sort of switched in a way, because the progression of Regan's demonic possession just was more fulfilling, but more convincing last time to me. It didn't get to me in the same way this time. Anyway, like I talked about those images too in movies that can be convincing, this movie does have a lot of those, especially towards the ending. I think, yeah, it's pretty intense in some parts. Really, it's a terrifying movie, terrifying concept. Yeah, to say the least. Well, yeah. Also, I feel that the book is very truthful. I mean, the movie is very truthful to the novel. I mean, I can't remember exactly from the book, but at several points I was listening to the dialogue, and I was like, this is exactly like the dialogue in the book. They have not changed much. And like I said before, I don't have much experience from reading the novel and then watching the movie based on that book. But I don't know. So I don't know if it's common or not to, have the dialogue word by word, or if it's common to change it up a little bit more. Anyway, but I just noticed that it's pretty similar, and not just the dialogue, but the whole movie. Most scenes, they don't have many scenes in the movie, which is not in the book. But yeah, and also I felt that the movie really went by fast. 2 hours went by quick. So I guess, yeah. Now I actually had several more thoughts, but this was actually only one of them. But it ended up taking a lot longer to explain than I had intended it to. Yeah. Anyway, but bottom line, I guess, is that still it's a really great movie. It's freaky. It's really scary. It's excellent, and I really like. This is something that I, however, something that has not changed. I really like the atmosphere that the city that they live in gives you. It's the perfect setting for this movie, I feel. I don't know what it is about it, but there's just something about the city, of the look of the city, the rather, well, looks like rather cheap neighborhoods. I don't know, it looks, I get the feeling that they're not supposed to look very glamorous, but yeah, and that helps out a lot with the atmosphere. So yeah, I don't know, terrific movie. I do feel, however, how the hell am I supposed to compare this and Blazing Saddles? I've taken on too much. But anyway, I'll watch The Graduate, and I'll watch Bonnie and Clyde. I think I'll watch one tomorrow and one on Monday or something. And I'll try to... I usually come up with something, but I just feel like it's gonna be desperate comparisons if I'm gonna have to compare this and Blazing Saddles. Because I'm not that good in analyzing movies. Sometimes I'm kinda good at discussing them, sharing my thoughts. Kinda might have some theories, but analyzing movies, dissecting them, I'm not good at that. I mean, I always do my best, but I don't know. Anyway, pretty long talk here now. I guess, I don't know if I'm gonna film anything more. You'll know by the time down here how much is left. Most likely not very much. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I haven't done one of these in a little while, I guess. I actually made one last week, but did not upload it. I actually never finished it because I thought it was boring as hell. And I made one before too, which I actually finished and edited, but when I watched it, I was like, I don't want to upload this. It's not very... I just don't want to show it to people. I guess I've done this video several times now, this vlog, Saturday night vlog thing, and I just feel like I'm not doing anything new. I'm just making the same video over again. So maybe that makes me a little bit more pessimistic towards my own videos. I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe I said that before about a minute ago. Yeah, alright. See you next time.